When I was growing up, it was really a combination of different flavors and sound. I grew up in Queens and Corona. All of these kind of fused together to really kind of lay the bedrock from what my sound became. There was a local DJ around my neighborhood who I became friends with. That's who I wanted to emulate, because I used to go to the block parties he used to do, and then kind of used to see him talk to the girls, so on and so forth, but more importantly, making people dance. And that's really what kind of got me interested in being a DJ, because I love being able to play a track that made people want to, you know, especially with breakdance battles, do breakdance battles, because that was what I was into at that age. But the first thing I learned how to do is cut and scratch, and, you know, blending, which is mixing, came a lot later. And as I learned to hold mixes with disco records that had no metronome, these are, you know, that was really challenging. But cutting and scratching and extending a break, that was the first thing that you learned as a DJ, how to take a piece of vinyl and then cut it back and forth and get it, and then that's what I learned first. You know, around that time, by the time house music started really filtering through, I started hearing things come through like the roller skating rinks and then the clubs that I started going to, because then it was before house music took a hold. After hip hop was Latin hip hop, which turned into what they call freestyle in New York City. There was a big movement of that. And then creeping in behind that was kind of like the rebirth of disco. And it started coming from Chicago. You know, these one-off tracks, which they used to play in the same type of set that they would play hip hop or freestyle or whatever, it was still a dance record, but this one had a four to the floor. Jesse Saunders, Marshall Jefferson, these things kind of started creeping in, and I would hear it at the club. Then by that time I was going to buy records myself. I'd go to the record shop and I would start finding these records, and they didn't sound like everything else. The kick was consistent, it was straight four to the floor, but they had this energy. And then I started getting drawn more to that sound and leaving the Latin hip hop and the more hip hop sound. I've always got a love for hip hop, but this kind of drew me.